What's up, guys? Vince Reddy here. You know the vibes. I just saw Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. Don't question this image because it's the best one I can find. That's at least a good amount of quality. Because all the other images that I try to find for Ruby Gillman of trying to review this, they low res. They low res. They whack. Okay. I don't know what's going on. But here you are, and here I am reviewing Teenage Kraken in front of your face, in front of your face. And let me tell you, you know what? I'm not gonna. I don't care. I don't care, Your Honor. I don't care, Your Honor. I love this movie. Okay, I love it. All these people talking about, oh, it's terrible, it's woke, it's this and that, blah, 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 messages about this and comment. Like, I listen. I see it. It's obvious. It's in front of me, but I love it. Okay, it's like a sandwich. Like, I know where that sandwich has been. I don't want to know, but I took a bite and I'm not I just went all in. I just finished the whole thing because schmacking. Okay, I really enjoy Ruby Gillman. Is it a perfect movie? Absolutely not. Ah, no, it's not. It is. Oh God, it's not a perfect movie. I can tell you that much. But to me, it's perfect. It is my perfect movie. I enjoyed. Listen, there's something adorable about this. And if when it comes to adorable things, I'm already satired with the amount of adorable stuff. You just look at my channel. But for this one, it just has that different vibe. I don't know what it is. It just makes me want to go take a trip to Lake Tahoe. There's something about the environment, the aesthetic, the theme, and everything about this movie that makes me feel like I'm definitely immersed into a different world. I'm definitely within the world's like the possibilities. They gotta make a Ruby Gillman game. Remember the good days when they make games, DreamWorks, whenever a new Shrek comes out, a game comes with it. Those were the good old days. Man, if only they made one. This would be something. Like it is like reminiscent within that, like, sailor and aqua kind of like water level of if it is in the game. But for something like this being a typical teenage high school movie, and yes, we've seen too many of those. What is going on? Why the teens are taking all the roles? I don't know. I don't understand. But honestly, I enjoyed it. The colors, the visuals. If I was a kid, I'll be enthralled. I'll give this 10 out of 10 easy. Okay, if I was a kid watching this. But for me personally, even though it's not perfect, even though some of the scenes are awkward, even the characters are questionably questionable, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed so much of what this movie has to give. And in no ways I'm saying it's perfect at all. But it's a good amount of fun and actual, curiosity of my curiosity to see it. And I've been waiting to see it to go digital so I can see it for myself because I know nobody wants to come with me when we go to the movie theaters. Okay, I guarantee you that. But it's a movie that it definitely fits within it. And when I say like go to the theaters, I mean no one's gonna go to the theaters with me to watch this particular movie. I mean we would like to go to see Spider-Verse or Oppenheimer, but for this one, this would be one of the movies that there's a certain like aesthetic to it that I just enjoyed. And I'm very curious about the mermaid character. And we saw like how her actions. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but oh yeah, her true elements definitely showcase within this. Okay, within this, it was seen a mile away. This movie itself, it came into my it was in my radar when I heard about the whole controversy about the mermaid movie. And if you think I'm gonna see it, yeah, sure, I'm definitely gonna see it. Not really, but I keep hearing so much about like all this stuff about the Mermaid movie, and this would sort of be like a response to that in a way, sort of because it's kind of like not. Yes, Ariel being like a bad teen or disguised as a bad teen in here, kind of like fits the role in a sense of like what they're trying to say, but definitely not her. Definitely not a good person. But it is a movie about family. I don't know why I got such a Mr. Incredibles kind of vibe from this movie, but it is sort of like reminds me of that. And I enjoyed like every minute that I see the characters and the way they flop around. Like it's not like, there's parts where it's sort of emotional and I like that. There's parts where it's just charming, cute, and you see the emotions throughout, Ruby and also the mother and we see a little bit of like, the whole world. And I thought it was going to go to a few full musical, but it didn't. And th- all of that just fits so well. It just, everything is like orchestrated in a way that it did made it a fun enough kids movie or a teen movie. Like it just seems like, yeah, this is one of those movies that you would take your kids for sure. It doesn't really have like a bigger dynamic. It kind of reminds me of the same thing with that other movie. Crap, I forget. It was that other Pixar movie that is based in Italy and about these two boys. But it was the it's again one of those animation movies where it's like it is not making any big of an impact the same way that the Spider-Verse did or Arcane or a lot of these animation art pieces, masterpieces that is so well known out there. Like it's not, in no ways it's not trying to be like that. It is just trying to be like a, just a regular, like it's one of those games where it's like mostly puzzle games and or mobile games that I would see on the App Store time or after time, and I would see how cool it looks, and I'm like, oh, let me just check this out, even though I, really just don't like mobile games. But I checked this one out, and I'm like, okay, I I I kind of like this one. And then I go deeper, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually not bad. This is one of those movies. This is one of those movies where it is like, you know what? I am like in this roller coaster train or whatever you call it of like hype for like animations because there's so many out there and I just want to witness them all. Okay, Elemental, I'm looking at you. You coming? I'm coming for you next. But for this one, like it fits. It's a vibe. That's what I give. Okay, well, I feel like it would be nice to have like a 2D animation series of Ruby Gillman. I'm just asking. Maybe I'm asking too much for that. DreamWorks, I get it. That this whole SAG kind of like writer strike is hey, my prayers go out to them. It's looking pretty rough and it's kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, with these different art, these animations and stuff like that, I they just seem so good. I cannot ignore. I'm sorry. My movie ticket has to be spent. It has to be spent to see the movie. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's going to the rich guy and it's probably not going to the writers. I don't know what to say about that. When I see something, I would like to see something. But the thing is that I see something, I want to talk about, review it, and here I am, And this is one of them that I just come up with, and for a lackluster review of mine, of saying that this movie is pretty good. I honestly never thought that I did enjoy it. And there is so many parts where it's blam and here and there. But man, I honestly didn't regret the time I had watching Ruby Gillman. Is there some works about it that could have been perfect? There's a part of me that I wish there was more characters. There's a part of me where we wish to see a little bit more of like the history of behind the mermaid and the mother and what's the story behind that and all this, the meaning, but it just works well. It just it seems like it doesn't need to be perfect, and that's what makes it perfect. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review. Hey, listen, I don't blame you if I didn't catch everything. Do you think I'm a freaking paid, critic out here, a paid movie critic? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, I'm out in these streets. One love and a peace.